Hi, welcome back to my channel. Today, I will talk about the anime Spy X Family. The story starts in a world of spies where the two countries of Ostania and Westalis are at the brink of war, and it's only the spy organization, WISE, that's preventing this war. With the assassination of a Westalis diplomat, WISE decides it's time to send their best agent, Twilight, who is regarded as the best spy in the world. Twilight receives the instructions for his next mission, called Operation Strix. That is to get close to Donovan Desmond, the leader of National Unity Party. But to do so, he would have to get himself a wife and child. Desmond only appears publicly at the parents' gathering of Eden Academy. Twilight is shocked, but accepts the mission. He gets a family apartment in the city and takes on the name Lloyd Forger. In order to get a child, Lloyd goes to an orphanage where he meets and adopts Anya, a girl who is able to read the minds of people. But Lloyd has no idea. After a day with Anya, Lloyd realizes that parenting is not easy. Next day, Lloyd forcefully leaves Anya at home, but she ends up messing with Lloyd's instruments, which leads to her being kidnapped by Lloyd's enemies. When Lloyd reaches home, he quickly goes after the kidnapper. He defeats the kidnappers and easily saves Anya, making the two close to each other. Anya later takes the entrance exam for Eden and luckily manages to pass somehow. Elsewhere, the city hall, Yor Briar is being ridiculed by his friends for being 27 and single. That day, Yor accepts an invitation to a party from his brother and tells him that she'll come with her boyfriend in order to not make him worry. But that is not her only secret when it is revealed that she is an infamous assassin, the Thorn Princess. Meanwhile, Lloyd and Frankie are going through the files of all the single women in the city. Unable to select one, Lloyd takes Anya to the tailor, where they meet Yor, who sneaks up on Lloyd, getting his attention. After an exchange and an assist from Anya, they come to the conclusion that Lloyd helps Yor with the party, and Yor helps Lloyd with the school interview. But Lloyd gets a spy mission and cannot make it in time. Yor attends the party, but her friend berates her for coming alone. Just as she's about to leave, Lloyd arrives and accidentally introduces himself as her husband, but the two play it off and Yor is saved. Later, Yor and Lloyd are being chased by the goons from Lloyd's mission, but the two manage to take them out. Lloyd proposes to her with a grenade ring to be his wife. Yor moves into Lloyd's apartment the next day, and Anya shows her around the house. After having tea, Lloyd decides that it's time to prepare for the interview for Eden Academy. But after a few questions, he realizes that his family is hopeless. Frustrated, Lloyd suggests they go for an outing and learn what's normal for a family. Lloyd takes them to the art museum, restaurant, and tailor, but he is unable to get them to act like a normal family. Later that day, Yor spots a thief snatching a purse from an old lady, and with Anya's assistance, Lloyd manages to apprehend the thief. They return the purse to the old lady, who calls them a happy family. At home, Lloyd attempts another mock interview, and happily feels like 1% of his work is done. After rigorous practice, the day of the interview finally arrives, and the Forger family enters Eden Academy, a prestigious school where the children of elites study. Soon Lloyd notices that they are being watched. The test has already begun. A group of teachers under Henry Henderson are observing the families and eliminating them. Lloyd quickly realizes that. Henry notices the Forgers paying respect to Eden's founder statue and is flabbergasted at the Forgers' elegance. Henry pays extra attention to the Forgers to discover their weakness, but even with traps, the Forgers easily overcome them. Later, the actual interview starts, but it doesn't go as Lloyd had expected. One of the interviewers, Swan, begins to berate Yor for not being able to cook. Twilight, the man who always puts his mission first, loses his cool and slams the desk in half, leaving the interview. Henry later punches Swan for disgracing Eden. At home, Lloyd is devastated, but Yor and Anya help Lloyd believe that they can succeed. Soon the day of the results arrived. The Forgers are devastated to learn that Anya's name is not on the list. But Henry tells the Forgers that Anya is at the top of the waiting list. After 3 days of stress and prayers, they find out that Anya got into the school. Frankie joins the Forgers to celebrate, and they all agree to reward Anya for working so hard. But Anya, who loves the show Spy Wars, asks to go to the castle where one of the episodes was shot. Lloyd accepts her daughter's wish and takes her to the castle. To make her happy, Lloyd asks Wise to send all their agents. Lloyd goes along with all of Anya's wishes for the day and acts like the main character of the show, who saves Anya. After the play, Anya thanks Lloyd. Lloyd smiles and congratulates her on passing. Anya's uniform is finished. Lloyd has to go to a Wise meeting, so he has Yor pick up the uniform. At the meeting, a wise spy handler tells him that Anya will have to receive 8 Stella stars and become an Imperial scholar in order for him to complete Operation Strix. Meanwhile, when Yor is picking up Anya's uniform, some thugs try to kidnap Anya, but Yor beats them up. The day of the Eden entrance ceremony arrives, and the students are being assigned to their classes. Lloyd is thinking to have Anya get close to Donovan Desmond, the son of his target, but Anya doesn't seem to like him. Later, Damien insults Anya's new friend Becky. She loses her cool and punches Desmond. For this, Henry gives her a tonitrus bolt. 8 of these would get her expelled, and the forgers are devastated to learn that. Next day, Lloyd instructs Anya to apologize to Damien. At school, she's joined by Becky and doesn't get a chance to apologize. Lloyd, disguised as a worker at the school, manages to separate Becky from Anya, and Anya finally apologizes to Damien with the cutest face. Damien blushes and runs away, making the forgers think that he got even angrier. At home, Lloyd helps Anya study, but Anya is overwhelmed and runs to her room, stating that she doesn't want to study. Yor convinces Lloyd that he is doing a great job with Anya. Later, Lloyd goes to check up on Anya, but she fell asleep while trying to study on her own. Elsewhere, we see Yor's brother, Yuri Breyer, who is shocked to learn that his sister is married. Lloyd is informed that the secret police is conducting spy hunts, so he needs to be cautious. At the city hall, Yor realizes that she still hasn't told her brother about her marriage for a year. It's revealed that Yuri belongs to the secret police and is interrogating a person. At home, Yor informs Lloyd that Yuri would be visiting, and Lloyd starts preparing the house, so they look like a lovely couple. Upon arriving, Yuri asks Yor why she hasn't told him about the marriage, and she replies that she forgot. Yuri accepts the reason but doesn't accept the marriage. During the conversation, Lloyd deduces that Yuri is with the secret police. Frustrated and jealous of Lloyd, Yuri gets drunk and asks the couple to kiss to prove they are married. Yor takes a huge gulp of wine and leans to kiss Lloyd, but in embarrassment swings her hand, slapping Yuri. Yuri concedes defeat and leaves the couple, saying that he'll come again to expose Lloyd. The next day, Anya is sad to learn she couldn't meet her uncle, who is in the secret police. Yor and Lloyd seem distant from last night's exchange, and Anya tells them to get along. Frustratingly, Lloyd puts a bug on Yor and listens to what she says during the day to clear his suspicions of her working with Yuri. He even puts a disguise with Frankie and interrogates her, but her resilience clears Lloyd's doubt. Later that day, Lloyd meets up with Yor and removes the bug. The two have a hearty conversation. At home, Anya is happy to see the two get along. A rumor spreads among first graders, saying that they will be rewarded a Stella for performing well in PE. Anya and Damien are determined to get a Stella, so Anya trains with Yor. Thus begins the dodgeball match. Anya and her classmates are determined to win, but they are faced with the giant Bill Watkins, who quickly eliminates most of the students. With only Anya and Damien left, he tries to go after Anya, but telepath Anya dodges his every shot. Anya suddenly falls and Billy throws the ball with full power. Damien, against his will, gets in the way, saving Anya. Seeing that Anya tries to use the secret move she learned from Yor and throws the ball with all her might, but the ball hits the floor, and Billy eliminates her. Billy is excited to win a Stella, but Henry says there is no Stella being awarded. Lloyd realizes that it's impossible for Anya to get a Stella through studying, so he makes her try other things like drawing, music, sports, but everything is useless. So he decides to earn Stella through community service at a hospital. But Anya seems to mess up everything she does, and soon they are kicked out. On their way out, Anya telepathically notices a kid drowning and jumps into the pool to save him. Noticing Anya, Lloyd saves the two, and Anya wins a Stella for saving a life. Next day, Anya attends school, and Becky gives her the idea to ask for a dog as a present for getting a Stella. The scene shifts to a pet shelter with injured dogs. One of the dogs sees a vision of the Folger family. Lloyd, burdened with one mission after another, comes home exhausted. On his way, he hears his neighbors gossiping that he's neglecting his family. For the sake of Operation Strix, he decides to take his family to the aquarium and show everyone that they got along. However, on his way to the aquarium, he is assigned another mission to stop the retrieval of a penguin with information. At the aquarium, Lloyd has a hard time guessing the right penguin, but with help from Anya, he recognizes it. Lloyd disguises as a worker and quickly gets his hand on the penguin, but he's stopped by a man on the way who tries to shoot him. Lloyd dodges and the man starts running away. Anya helps Lloyd by making Yor take care of the man. Lloyd wins a penguin plushie for Anya and is willing to face these hardships to keep the children's smiles. At home, Anya tries to enter Lloyd's room while playing, but Lloyd yells at her, To make her happy, Lloyd and Yor play the spy game with Anya. She takes them outside where they play with big toys, covering their blushing faces. And that concludes the part 1 of the first season. Thank you for watching the video. Subscribe, like, and share the video for more content like this.